What's up, boys? Data782 here with episode 3 of Fixing the Franchise here with the Anaheim Ducks as we go into the playoffs of our first season. Didn't think we'd be here right now. Thought we were going to be a bottom of the league type of team, but we went 40, 34, and 8 to just squeeze into the playoffs. We have some Bellows who are fighting for their final time in their career, perhaps. Ryan Getzlaf at the age of 34. Who knows if he has another shot? Definitely not another shot probably for David Baquez, Patrick Eaves, Ryan Kessler, Nicolas Deslauriers. He really wants it. The team is pretty shameful. We have, Carter Rowney here on the second line. It's not that great of a team, but somehow they did it, and we're going to go for it. We have Lindholm and Fowler as our two big boys on defense. Besides that, defensive core is pretty pits. It's John Gibson between the pipes that is really holding it down for us. So we are going to see what we can do here in the playoffs. Once you're in, once you make it to the dance, you never know what could happen. So we are here to see what we can do and what damage we can do as we make a run for the Stanley Cup. So I was looking at other videos in the NHL world on plus ones and plus threes and plus fives and all that kind of stuff. It has to do with the check marks on the side there. Does he fit on this line or not? And like the way the line management, roll 4 lines, the little check mark, the negative sign or the X. So it has to do with all that kind of stuff. I'm sure if I mixed it around I could find some better pluses. Maybe. It's pretty. I think I'm pretty much at what I can do here, because it's not like I have an 85s. It's not like I have a lineup where people can just slot in anywhere. Like over here, usually Carter Rowney, you wouldn't be seeing him on the second line. But anyways, we are here. We are ready to go. We checked out the Coyotes lines in the last one. Quick refresher on the Coyotes. Pretty decent team. They have a good top 6, solid top 9, and just a good forward core in general. Defensively, they're pretty solid all around. Pretty solid all around. Oliver Ekman-Larsson led NHL defenseman in points. Between the pipes is Mr. Darcy with Antti Ranta, also 85, backing him up. So they have quite a good hockey team. It's going to be a tough opponent here in the first round. Taylor Hall had 84 points in 82 games to go on this season. Nick Schmaltz, how did he do? 58 points, all right. So it's going to be a tough series, but we are ready to make a run for the Cup. Could be a short episode, who knows? I'll check out the retirements and all that afterwards and hop into the off season in the next episode. But for right now, we are hopping into game number 1 in Arizona to see if we can make a Cinderella run at the Stanley Cup. So let's get it going. First period of the playoffs under new management. First period 0-0. Second period 1 goal for the Coyotes. It's Nick Schmaltz on John Gibson. Mr. Darcy, I assume, is in nets. He's made 21 saves thus far. We need to keep getting it. There we go. That's exactly it. Jakob Silfverberg, our leading goal scorer, gets one past Mr. Darcy to tie this game up at 1. And Sonny Milano makes it 2-1 as we take our first lead of this game with just a few minutes left to go in the third period here. But Clayton Keller plays spoiler, and he gets one. We're headed to overtime, boys. Let's hop in. So here we are in Arizona. Overtime of game number 1 in round number 1. Could be long, could be short, we never know. Let's see what we can do. Dremmelson, Keller, broken up, and here we go the other way. Stone's coming in, over to Rickard Rakell, to Getzlaf, Rakell. Stone rips a shot, misses the net like an absolute shame. Here's an opportunity, loses it, and it's a 2-on-0. Do we make it back? All right, Lindholm with a good back check there. Sheesh. Rowney up to Milano. Into the Coyote zone. Carter Rowney misses the net. Person, big one-time. Oof, just took it and just wound up and let it go. Huge save from Mr. Darcy. It's quite the overtime here. I love this fourth line. Deslauriers, Kessler, and Eaves. Just pure monsters who have nothing but passion. Person, another glove save from Kemper. Third line is out now. Sam Steele had a great rookie season with 52 points on the third line. Steele wins that face-off. Delzato gets punished, but Sherwood right into Kemper. One-timer. Big save from Gibson. Net comes off. Clayton Keller with a big one-timer. Oof, Eaves with the chance in front gets destroyed. Baquez picks it back up though. He still has it. David Baquez scores! He will not be silenced! Wow! David Baquez gets crushed, picks it back up. He does not stop fighting, and the Anaheim Ducks have a 1-0 series lead. The 35-year-old, the 77 overall, David Baquez. Pure passion, the man of God. Sheesh. And the Anaheim Ducks take a 1-0 series lead over the Arizona Coyotes. So Jacob Larsson had 2 assists in that game, a huge performance from him as well. And David Baquez with that overtime winner. That is something that may just get us started on a Cinderella run. Let's go, boys. Game 2 in Arizona. First period 0-0. Second period 1-0 thanks to Nicolas Deslauriers. What a monster. The bottom 6 is getting it done. 1-0 lead heading into the third and final period. Power play is killed off by the Coyotes. Halfway through the third period, holding on to a 1-0 lead in Arizona. Just a few minutes left, and Michael Gravner on that fourth line gets one past Gibson to break the shutout. And we have a 1-1 game. We may be headed to another overtime. Back-to-back overtimes. Shots 35-31 in our favor. Both goalies putting on a show. And we are headed to overtime for the second straight game. Game 2 in Arizona. Overtime number 1. Here we go. Lindholm walking in. All the time in the world, but Kemper makes the save. Oof, Larson right onto Stepan. Possibly a hero in this series thus far. He's really been involved in a lot of plays. Michael Del Zotto up to Sonny Milano, to Carter Rowney. Rowney in front, scores! Sonny Milano wins it for the Ducks. And we take a 2-0 series lead as we steal both games from the Coyotes in their own barn as we go up 2-0 in this series with back-to-back overtime winners. Carter Rowney to Sonny Milano. Redirects it on the doorstep. Bing, right past Mr. Darcy. 2-2s never lose, boys. 2-0 series lead. Here's a nice little view. Bang. Nice. EA waking up on the replays. Very nice. So a 2-0 series lead headed back home to Anaheim. 2 goals in 2 games for Sonny Milano as we go to the offensive as we want to keep it up at home at the Honda Center, up 2-0 in this series. Let's keep it going. Let's take a stranglehold on this series. Let's go, boys. Game 3, period number 1. 1 goal for Jakob Silfverberg, his second of the series, I believe. Our lead goal scorer, 32 on the season, I think he had. Second period, another goal. Ryan Getzlaf, the captain, puts the team on his shoulders, and we are up 2-0 against the Coyotes. 3-0, Jacob Larsson, yes. But a goal and 2 assists, I believe, through 3 games now for Jacob Larsson. I'm not sure if he got an assist in the last game. We have a 3-0 commanding lead late in the third period here of game number 3. Taylor Hall gets 1, but I don't think that'll be enough to come back as the Anaheim Ducks, Sherwood adds the empty netter, and we take a 3-0 stranglehold on this series over the Arizona Coyotes. My goodness, who would have thought that we'd be here? Paul Rudd, not me. We are going into game number 4 at home, looking to sweep the Arizona Coyotes out of round number 1. First period, 2 goals for us and 1 for them. Fowler and Lindholm are 2 defensemen. Bellows on the power play getting them. Dvorak opened up the scoring. We are up 2-1. Second period, goal for the Coyotes from Phil the Thrill. We are tied at 2 shots, tied at 18. Heading into the third period, Coyotes playing for their lives. Derek Stepan makes it 3-2 as we one of our first deficits probably since like game 1 or something. Power play for us, so we can't capitalize on. Phil the Thrill gets a second, down by 2. We may drop game number 4 here, but that's okay. We're used to winning on the road, and we will drop. Taylor Hall gets the empty net. We drop game number 4 by a score of 5-2. That's okay, boys. We are up 3-1 in the series still. 4 assists in 4 games for Sam Steele. Like to see that. That's okay, boys. We're gonna head into game number 5. Season is over in the minors. How do we do down there? We went 44, 22, and 2. And we start off game number 1 against Ontario Reign with a 6-0 win. 4 points for Brendan Gooley. That's nice. But now we head into game number 5 at the Coyotes home arena. We are up 3-1 in the series. We've won both games at home on the road against them. Let's see if we can finish it off. First period, no scoring. Second period, 1-1. Fisher and Eves, the bottom six, once again coming through for us there. 35 years old. I wonder what the average age of our goal scorers are. Oh no, Jack Campbell's in nets? That means Gibson got injured. Hopefully it's just for this game. Oh my goodness. Power play for the Coyotes that we kill off. 1-1 tie here in the third period thanks to Patrick Eves tying it up. Another power play goal for Christian Dvorak. They're still on a power play. Who took that penalty? Oh, but I don't care. Goal. Sonny Milano scores there. Wasn't showing up right away. Ties this game up at 2. Sonny Milano. A big bello. And we may head to overtime. We will. So game 5 overtime. Can we get 3 out of 4 wins in the overtime period? We're going to have to see. Who got that penalty? It was Getzlaf, or I think, it was Lindholm, high-sticking double minor. That's what it was. So shots tied at 29. We are headed into overtime for the third time in 5 games to see if we can end this series and head into the second round. Game 5 in Arizona. We've won 2. The first 2 games went to overtime in the Arizona home arena, and we won both. So let's see if we can go 3 for 3 and end this series. Big hit from Raquel on Ekman Larsson. So 2-on-1 the other way. Here's the chance for Jakob Silfverberg. Here's Fowler. In front, Milano is stopped by Mr. Darcy. Now here's Rowney. Milano. I mentioned Gibson earlier. Actually, I forgot that it's Jack Campbell in nets. I need to figure... Oh, but no. Look, it's John Gibson. I don't know what's happening. It is Gibson, but it was saying that Jack Campbell's in nets earlier, so I don't know why. Guess he just had to go to the bathroom for a couple minutes. Now here's Sam Steele. Fowler to the point. Larson doesn't want to shoot the puck. Steele picks it off, though. Big point blank save from Mr. Darcy. That puck just goes wide. Backus didn't want it. Milano, and the play falls apart. Sherwood to Backus to be the hero again. No rebound. Scores! Kyle Sherwood! The 76 overall! The Anaheim Ducks are through to the second round! Wow! Kyle Sherwood, who in the real world got put on waivers and disrespected by the organization, gets saved by the new management. And David Backus puts it on net, once again being the catalyst of this team. And wow, Sherwood just puts it away. And the Anaheim Ducks in 5 games are through to the second round. People thought they wouldn't even make the playoffs, thought they'd be at the bottom of the league. But here we are into the second round with a 3-2 overtime victory in Game 5. So let's continue going on to round number 2. Who will be our opponents in the next round? It looks like it could be the Sharks, the Jets. The other series went to 7. The Canucks and the Hawks. We have a nice long little bit of rest right now, which is very nice. So in round number 2, our opponents will be the Vegas Golden Knights, who went 45, 32, and 5 on the season. They took out the Avalanche, I believe. No, the Sharks. They beat the Sharks in 7 games. Oh, they came back to beat the Sharks. Okay, because I thought the Sharks were going to win that series. So now it's Golden Knights versus Ducks, Jets, Canucks. In the East, it's Penguins, Blue Jackets. Oh, man, poor Florida. They lost. They were going all in. And then Sabres and Maple Leafs. That's good. Boston we have their first round picks, so the lower, the better. So through 1 round of play, the boys are smiling. 4 points for Sam Steele. Everyone's pitching in. Everyone is just doing pretty well. 3 points for David Backus. Nicolas Deslauriers has 2 points. And not too much from the people you'd usually expect, but hey, just nothing from Stone and Kessler. So I'll just quickly check Vegas's lines before we hop into the series. First line, Marchessault, Carlson, Stone, very dangerous first line. Second line, very dangerous as well. Pacioretty, Stastny, and Smith. Drops off a little bit in the bottom 6. Nosek, Tuck, Stevenson, Nosen, Glass, Reeves. Still a very well-rounded team. Defense, Vlasic, Theodore, Martinez, Schmidt, McNabb, Merrill. Wow. That is a good, solid defensive core right there. In nets, they don't have Marc-Andre Fleury because they traded him to San Jose and then they beat him. So it is Robin Lehner, of course, 87 overall. He is between the pipes with a backup of Garrett Sparks. No big scratches here. So they're a pretty solid team. They're pretty good defensively, and they have the offense to boot. But what can the island of misfit toys, that is the Anaheim Ducks, continue the Cinderella run and take down the Vegas Golden Knights? Let's hop into game 1 in Vegas. Let's do it. First period, 1 goal for Anaheim. Patrick Eaves, what a monster! Patrick Eaves, 1-0 lead for Anaheim. Second period, Vegas ties it up with Stone. Mark Stone, that is. Mark and Michael Stone. Third period, Sam Steele gets his first goal of the playoffs to put us in the lead, but Nosek comes right back and ties it up on Gibson. 2-2 tie, shots tied at 23. Halfway through the third period, this game is tied. A very close matchup it seems to be thus far. Both goalies playing well. Don't tell me we're headed to overtime again. Oh boy. We are headed to overtime here in game number 1 of round number 2. Game number 1, round number 2, overtime here in Vegas. Let's see what we can do at the T-Mobile Arena. Carlson, big save from Gibson there. Come on, boys. Are there 2 Getzlaffs on the ice? Hold on. Whoa, 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 EA. EA, I caught you, EA. You tried to fool me. Here's Ryan Getzlaff. Hello. Who's on defense? Ryan Getzlaff. You tried to fool me, EA. Here we go. Hold on. There they are, 2 Ryan Getzlaffs. However, this one looks like it's Ryan Kessler, and this one actually is Ryan Getzlaff. Oh no, I don't think it is his face. Oh, I think it is actually. So here's Ryan Getzlaff, and here's Ryan Getzlaff. Great job, EA. Nice broken system, never fails to surprise me. And now I have a centerman playing defense with Hampus Lindholm instead of Stone. That doesn't make sense. Okay. But here's Adam Henrique going the other way. Let's see what he can do. With Sonny Milano. Pass it back, Bello. Manage. Here's Raquel hanging on to it in the corner. Not much going on in this overtime period. Person. Silverberg. Glove save from Leonard. He'll hang on. Patrick Eaves has the puck now. A monster this series. Kessler gets a backhand shot off. And Lehner stops it. But now there's a power play for Vegas. Kessler somehow tripped someone while taking a shot with the puck. Ah, come on. Pacioretty one time. Pacioretty, Stashny one timer at the point. Pacioretty gets the power play winner with just 1:54 left in the overtime period. It's okay, boys. We dropped game number 1. Let's get straight back into it. By the Vegas Golden Knights in that game. Gibson can only do so much. Pacioretty gets the game-winning goal on a slap shot from the point on the power play. And we hop straight into game number 2 on the road once again, down 1-0 in this series. Let's go, boys. First period on the road, game number 2, 1-0 early lead from Sherwood, putting us up 1-0. Second period, it is 3-1 thanks to Baquez and Fowler. Huge goals from the Bellows. Pacioretty gets another power play goal to break the shutout of John Gibson, but we are up by 2 heading into the third period here. 3-2 early goal from Nosek on Gibson. 1 goal lead, and McNabb just takes it away a few minutes later. We are tied at 3, almost halfway through the third period. Shots 36-25 for Vegas. We are just holding on to this game. 3-3 tie. Braden McNabb scores 2 goals in 10 minutes. 41 shots, and Theodore scores again. 5 goals on 43 shots. 4 goals in the third period as we drop that game pretty shamefully. Defense has just been struggling. Fowler -2. Sherwood has 3 goals in his 0-0s. Eaves is a -2. Henrique's a -2. It's like that second line, or second pair D and second line forward. Try lines like this: Sherwood on the second line, Raquel on second line, Milano up on the first line. Try that out. For defense, maybe just swapping Fowler and Lindholm around will do something. Lindholm's been pretty well. I'd rather put Stone down, but then I can't bring Larson up because then that loses the +1. Unless I put Person up on the first pair, but I guess I could try that out. Okay, we'll try it out. Those will be the lines heading into game number 3. Back at home now to take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Down 2-0 in this series. We have to win this one to get back in, boys. At home in front of the fans. No better time to do it than now. Let's go. First period, 0-0. Shots 8-6 for Vegas. Second period, early goal, 34 seconds in by Silfverberg, and Fowler gets another one less than a minute after that. We're up 2-0. Let's sim to the end of the second period, and it's 2-1 as Alex Tuch brings Vegas back into this one. Shots are pretty even. We are up by 1 heading into the third period here of game number 3. 2-1 lead, and Sherwood up on that second line gets his 4th goal of the playoffs. And we now have a 2-goal lead, up 3-1 halfway through the third period. And Patrick Eaves, a pure monster with that beard, gets his, I don't even know how many goals in the playoffs now. 4 goals for us to Vegas's 1, as we will hang on for the 4-1 victory in game number 3 at home, as we are back in this series and are down 2-1. Seems like the new lines worked okay in that one. Sherwood now has 4 goals in 8 games. I keep saying Kyle, I think Sherwood or something like that. It's Kiefer Sherwood. Man, and Patrick Eaves, 3 goals in 8 games down on that 4th line. Getting it done. Henrique, 3 assists. Milano, 3 goals and an assist. Okay. Fowler scored with Larson. Were they always together? Or was it Person and Stone that I switched, I think? Yeah. And we are down 2-1 in the series. We are back in it. If we could win this next game at home and tie it up at 2, that would be huge for us. So we need a big performance from John Gibson. Need some goals from the boys. Let's go. First period, 0-0. Second period, 1-1 game. Nicolas Delaurier and Nosek, 1-1 game headed into the third period. The bottom 6 has just been really getting it done for us. Power play for Vegas that we kill off. Very nice. Shots are pretty even. 1-1 game, low scoring affair. Sam Steele past Robin Lehner. And we are up by 1 with just a few minutes left in this game. And Sonny Milano, that may just be enough to get us to tie up this series. Sonny Milano up on that first line, and we do. We are back in it, boys, as we take games 3 and 4 at home. Michael Del Zotto, 2 assists. And we are back in this series. 2-2 is the series after 4 games. Same over in the other series in the West. Jets and Canucks are tied at 2. Penguins and Leafs are both up 3-1 in their respective series. Oh man. So game number 5 at the T-Mobile Arena. This one is a big game. Winner will be able to take it in game number 6. You need a big performance, boys. First period, oh my goodness. You just love to see it. Sam Steele, Adam Henrique, and Ryan Getzlaf, the first, second, and third line centers, all getting in on the action. 3-0 lead after the first period. Second period now stays 3-0. We're out shooting Vegas 25-18. Up by 3. If we can just hang on. Jakob Silfverberg makes it 4-0. That may just be enough. Paul Stastny wants to get back in it though. 4-1 power play for us. 10 minutes left. They're down by 3. Marchessault brings them within 2. We're up by 2. Marchessault gets them another one. EA. But Ryan Getzlaf, the captain. It's 5-4 with just a minute left. Come on, Bello. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4 goals in 10 minutes for Vegas. But then Jakob Silfverberg on the power play at the beginning and Ryan Getzlaf at the end of the third period are what keep us afloat. We outshot them 35-30, but we barely squeak out a 5-4 victory. Marchessault 2 goals and an assist, but 2 goals from the captain, a goal and 2 assists from Silfverberg, 4 goals in the third period from Vegas. And just like that, we are down 2-0, and we are now up 3-2 in this series. Game number 6 at home, Honda Center, where we can move to the Western Conference Finals with a win here. Can we finish it? Let's go, boys. Need another big performance. Tuch gets an early goal. First period, Vegas has that 2-1 lead. Tuch gets 2 goals. Sonny Milano scores 1, and we are down 2-1. Second period, we come back. Jakob Person, 2-2 game. third period now. If we can win this 20 minutes, we head to the Western Conference Finals. Power play goal from Tuck. He gets a hat trick. Come on, boys. Someone needs to get us back in this game. Power play didn't yield anything there. And Jakob Silfverberg just coming off the penalty kill. We tie this game up at 3. Huge goal from Jakob Silfverberg. This game is tied at 3, but Riley Smith. Can we get something late? No, Riley Smith is the hero with 3 minutes left as we drop game 6 by a score of 4-3. So just like that, boys, we are now in game 7, fighting for our lives. Every series is at game 7 right now across the 4 series in the NHL. Oh my goodness, it comes down to this, boys. We fought to get to the playoffs. We made it through round 1. We fought back in this series. We are now at game 7 in Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Can we take it and move to the Western Conference Finals and continue this dance? Nate Schmidt gets an early goal. First period, 1-0 Vegas. Let's keep up the sim. There we go. Ryan Getzlaf early in the second period, 1 minute and 2 seconds in, and Cam Fowler on the power play. We have a 2-1 lead in this game. Oh, baby. 10 minutes left. This game is half over, and we are up by 1. Second period coming to a close. Okay, so we head in the third period, outshooting Vegas 23-19. Getzlaf and Fowler score early in the second. We are up 2-1. 1 goal lead here in game 7. Can we hang on and head to the Western Conference Finals? Let's add to it, boys. Great pound and kill. Power play. But Vegas will kill it off. Mark Stone. What a pig, man. Mark Stone. Vegas gets a power play that we kill off. Oh, man. Cam Fowler with 7 minutes left. Let's reduce the speed a little bit. 5 minutes left. We are up 3-2 thanks to Cam Fowler's second of the night. 4 minutes left. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. Final minute. They have the goalie pulled, most likely. 30 seconds. And we did it, boys. The Anaheim Ducks, who everyone doubted, are through to the Western Conference Finals. 2 goals and an assist for Cam Fowler. Goal and assist from the captain, and John Gibson carrying us on his shoulders. And we'll be taking on the Vancouver Canucks, who beat the Jets in 7. Jackets beat the Penguins, and Leafs beat the Sabres. Oh, baby. We are through to the Western Conference Finals. We had a better record, I think, technically, because we have home ice advantage here, so I guess we had more points than the Canucks. 2 Cinderella stories, actually. That's true, because the Canucks barely made it in the playoffs as well. The Canucks, yeah, we were tied with 88 points, but we had the more regulation overtime wins. The 2 worst teams to make it into the playoffs, I believe. Yes, the 2 worst teams to make it into the playoffs are now fighting to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. One of us will make it. And then over in the East, the worst team in the East to make the playoffs, the Blue Jackets, took down the President's Trophy winning Pittsburgh Penguins, and they're going up against the Maple Leafs. So that is quite the development in the playoffs this year in the NHL. So let's check out Vancouver's lines. They are pretty solid. They have JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, and Brock Besser up on that top line. 14 points in 14 games for Pettersson. Bo Horvat, of course, everyone knows Bo, top 50. Tyler Toffoli, Okposo. Bottom 6 is still pretty solid as well. Adam Gaudette. Defense, they have Quinn Hughes, Chris Tanev. Hughes has 13 points in 14 games. Myers, Edler, very strong pairing right there. Yeah, they're a pretty good team. Thatcher Demko in nets? No, of course. Jakob Markstrom, 87 overall. He's playing pretty well. Demko on backup. No big injuries. Looks like Jordy Ben, legend. So it's going to be a tough series like always, boys, but we have proven ourselves to be monsters out here. 11 points in 12 games for our captain, Ryan Getzlaf. Jakob Silfverberg has 5-5. Sonny Milano has 5-5. Sam Steele has 3-7 for 10 points through 12 games. He had 24 goals on the season. Monster. Cam Fowler has 5 goals, 2 assists. Delorier has 5 points. Adam Henrique's a -5, which I don't like there. Sherwood has 4 goals. Eves has 3 goals. Raquel only 4 assists. That second line has been not doing well, man. Raquel -3, Sherwood -4, and Henrique -5. Would it be crazy if I moved Steele from the second line up to the from the third line up to the second line? Would that ruin any stats over here? It would not. So I think I'll try that out. Sam Steele on the second line. I'm going to try that and see what the Bellows have to say. So game 1 at the Honda Center, round 3, Western Conference Finals, Ducks and Canucks. Battle of the Pacific Ocean. Here we go, boys. First period, 1-1 game, Virtanen and Carter Rowney with his new second line center, or is he on the third line center, Adam Henrique. Second period, goal from Rickard Rakell. Maybe that new second, third line switch is working out. Rickard Rakell on the second line gets a goal. Now we are here in the third period. Michael Furlan ties it up at 2. They only 2 goals on 15 shots, so Gibson maybe didn't get enough rest, but he needs to hold it down for us. Halfway through the third, tied at 2. Power play for the Canucks. That we kill off late, very nice. 2 minutes left, 1 minute left, and we are headed to overtime here in Game 1 of Round 3. Ducks and Canucks here at the Honda Center, Game 1, Round 3, Western Conference Finals. Let's go, boys. Foley, big blocker save there by Gibson. Not too much going on in this period so far. Pretty evenly matched teams, not too many shots getting off. Larson comes into the zone. Oof, almost directed into his own net. Did Tyler Myers there. Myers, Okposo. Oh, huge one-timer saved by Gibson there on Virtanen. Okposo and Beagle stopped by Gibson, keeping us in this overtime. Elias Pettersson scores. With 6 minutes left in overtime, Elias Pettersson seals it and gets the Canucks game number 1 victory. On to the next one, boys. Game 2, we're still at home. Let's keep it up. Game number 2, we're back at home, boys. Overtime loss. Didn't speak much to our efforts, boys. It was a good game. Let's keep up the same level and get it done here in game number 2. First period, goal for Jake Virtanen. Second period, we tied back up thanks to Nicolas Delorier, a pure silenced monster. Third period now, tied 1-1 thanks to Nick Delorier. We're doubling their shots. We are really turning it on this game, but Jacob Markstrom is standing tall. We may be headed to another overtime unless we can get something. Oh my goodness. Oh my, bro. 37-22 of the shots and we lose 3-1. Bo Horvat with the dagger. Oh my goodness. Down 2-0 in this series now. Nothing's gone right in this series so far for us. So let's check out the lines. We do what we got to do. Adam Henrique at -5. Delorier, pure monster, bro. A silenced legend. Sherwood, -3. Raquel. Lindholm's a -1. And Person's a -2. So maybe I'll change that top pair of defense. I think the forwards, I'm not going to touch much on the forwards. If anything. I'm going to keep the forwards how they are. Would putting Nick Laurier do here? No, I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't fix it unless I do this. No, we'll keep it like that. Defense, I'm going to change. Who could I change? Larson and Person, maybe? Because wherever Stone goes, the +1 leaves. Delzato, 5 assists +4. He's doing very well. So is Michael Stone, to be honest. So I guess I'll keep the bottom pair as it is. Swap Larson and Person around. And let's do it, boys. Game number 3, we've been in this situation already against Vegas. We were down 2-0. We came back. We're down 2-0 against the Canucks. Let's get back into it tonight before we go down 3-0. Let's go. First period, 0-0. Second period, 0-0. Shoo, shots 20-17 in our favor. 0-0 game. Let's go, boys. We need to win this. I need someone to step up and show me that they have passion and quote. Elias Pettersson scores to make it 1-0. Power play for Anaheim. Nothing comes from that. Come on, boys. We need to beat this guy. Where's the offense? Power play late. Someone has to. Oh my goodness. 33 save shutout for Markstrom. Oh my goodness, we're down 3-0 in the series now. I'm gonna do like this for the lines right here. If I put Raquel here, so with this +3, it's 88, 85, and 80 on this second line right here. Or do I put Raquel on the first line? No, I want Raquel playing like an 88th. Maybe he's going to go off and have a twisted game. This doesn't change anything. Putting Delorier up gives the 4th a +1. Why not? Let's put Delorier up here. The 4th line can have a +1. Maybe Eves can pot something. Okay, boys, we're playing well defensively. I just need the offense to wake up. Raquel, I'm looking at you, baby. You're an 88 overall tonight. I gave you the special injections in the back room. No one saw nothing. Now you're playing like an 88. I need to see something from you, boys. We need to see passion and quality. We're down 3-0. We need to get something in this game. First period, 1-0 Anaheim. Rickard Raquel, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Those injection, nothing lead. Second period, okay, it's a Foley and Pedersen. We're down 2-1. Third period, we're out shooting them, but we're down 2-1. Raquel, I need even more from you, bro. Those injections, I need to see even more from you, bro. I gave you an extra dosage in the intermission now. Power play, nothing. We are up down 2-1. Halfway through this third period. We do not want to be swept here. Power play for the Canucks. Long power play for the Canucks that we kill off. Oh my. Final seconds now. Minute 14 left. Let me just go watch the end. 1 minute and 19 seconds left in this game. We need to score a goal to tie it up, or we will be swept by the Vancouver Canucks here in the Western Conference Finals. 45 seconds left. Let's go, boys. Get in the zone, set it up, pull the goalie. Alright, we're pulling Gibson. Milano's in the zone. To the Hampus Lindholm. Shoot, Bello, shoot! Silverberg, oh, come on, open net! Manage. Extra attackers out. Raquel puts it into someone's skate. Oh my goodness. Ferland dumps it in. 20 seconds left. Come on, boys. Silverberg, Getzlaf, Raquel, 88 overall, Rickard Raquel. Come on, Bello. Getzlaf, Raquel. Oh, he was broken up. He had it right there. Quinn Hughes just saved his team. Oh, that was going to go in for sure. Final seconds. Does anyone have any urgency? Shoot, bro, shoot. Oh, my goodness. And after a Cinderella run, the Vancouver Canucks sweep us in the Western Conference Finals to head to the Stanley Cup Finals for themselves. We fought hard, boys. We just couldn't get the scoring. Markstrom was just too strong. Getzlaf and Horvat. Two Bellows shaking hands. Markstrom and Gibson. Does Horvat touch it? Oh, he doesn't. Okay, Bo. Alright, good luck, Vancouver, man. Like to see a Canadian team win it, not the Leafs. But the Vancouver Canucks sweep us. We played strong, Gibson played well, and we get swept in the Western Conference Finals after a wild Cinderella run. Let's continue simulating a few more days. I'm gonna, as time goes by, I'm just gonna check the scouting as well, but I'll check back in once the season is over and the Stanley Cup has been awarded. We'll check all the awards. We went 8-8 in the playoffs. Once all the awards are given out and all that, I'll check back in. So congratulations to the Columbus Blue Jackets on winning the Stanley Cup, beating the Vancouver Canucks. Salary cap next year is at $87 million. And in the AHL, we ended up losing, in the first round. Great, I've had 6-0 win. We lost 3 in a row. And the Colorado Eagles won the Calder Cup. So congrats, Colorado Eagles. Looks like the Jackets beat the Canucks in 6 games to win their first ever Stanley Cups. Big congrats to them. Let's check out the awards. Blue Jackets win the Cup. Penguins win the President's Trophy. Prince of Wales and Clarence Campbell, you know how that goes. Art Ross goes to Jack Eichel. Hart to Eichel. Norris Ekman Larson. Lady Bing to Sagan. Calder goes to Jack Hughes, of course. Sam Steele, runner-up. Conn Smythe to Seth Jones. Vezina Corey Crawford, good for him. Jennings to Murray and Jarry. Masterton to Alexiak. Adams to Boucher, the coach of the Hurricanes. Selke to O'Reilly. Ted Lindsay to Eichel. And Maurice Richard to Alex Ovechkin for the 4th time in 5 years. Any awards down in the minors for us? Sven Barchi wins a few. Forsbacka Carlson, Monster, Vesalainen. No awards for us there. So looking at the draft class right now, and covering quite a few rookies. Some guys still uncovered, but a lot of the deeper ones are as well. So it looks like we're picking somewhere around here. Of course, all three of these guys aren't known for some reason. I've already been touching up on players that aren't discovered enough, but it takes time. And then our other pick should be somewhere around here. So I want to make sure that the American guys are definitely scouted, and then we're going to hop ahead and see who wins the draft lottery and all that. Scouts are sent out doing last minute scouting. So it looks like the Edmonton Oilers win the draft lottery. Wow. So St. Louis Blues could have had Alexis Lafreniere. It looks like Lafreniere is going to Edmonton to join Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and the rest of the boys. Wow. Okay, so Edmonton picks first. Detroit moves from 4 to 2, and they'll win. They win the second overall pick, and then LA wins the third overall pick by going from 5 to 3. St. Louis drops 1 to 4. Ottawa drops 2 to 5, and now instead of picking 2 and 3, they pick 5 and 6, and that's about it there. No more moving up there. Let's see who retired in the NHL. Do we have Ryan Kessler and Patrick Eves and all these guys retiring, or do we have them coming back for more? Let's see who we have. Before we look at the entire NHL, we'll just look at our team. No retirements. Okay, all right. David Backes, all the boys. So Hossa, Zetterberg, Gabrick, of course, all these guys. Horton, Franzen, Molson, all the people that you would expect. Dominic Moore, pure legend. Matt Reed, Torrey Mitchell, another big legend. No one too crazy in year number 1. Goaltenders who retired. No goalies retired. Okay. The following coaches have retired in the league. Okay, Michael Geisberger. The guy is begging for a job. He's begging for money. We give him everything his heart desires to be an NHL coach and goalie coach, and then he retires after 1 year, after signs a 2 or 3 year contract. Okay, so you're a piece of garbage. I'm glad you're out of the organization once and for all. Very shameful. Zetterberg and Horton are now retired players who have become scouts. That's cool. Now here we are at the draft, boys, so that will be it for this one. In the next episode, we'll tackle the off-season with the draft and everything. Let me know your suggestions for this team. Heading into the off-season, contracts will look like this. Larson needs to be extended. He wants 2.2. Sonny Milano needs to be extended. He wants somewhere in the mid-2s. Do I re-sign Stone, Del Zotto? I'll re-sign Gooley, of course. Do I re-sign Eves to bring him back for some depth? Maybe Sherwood. Do I re-sign? Probably will. Not much to say contract-wise, at least for this season. Just let me know your thoughts on if you think anyone should be traded in the off-season. If you think what should I go after? Everyone who signed through this season. Is there anyone that you think I should moving into next season? Should we part ways with any players? Let me know your thoughts on any of that. Coaching staff will have to sign a new goalie coach and all that in the offseason, which I will do. So thank you for watching, boys, on the Cinderella run to the Western Conference Finals. We had a good run. Now we're ready to gear up for next season. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.